So this slide shows a overall figure for the different mechanisms that Ebola works on. For instance, going from the center down, its effect on macrophages will, as said before, activate inflammatory cytokines and tissue factor expression that leads to coagulopathies. And also with the pro-inflammatory cytokines, endothelial cells are affected primarily by the loss of their barrier function. It's speculated but not known what the effect of Ebola modification of the immune system does to natural killer cells. It's suspected that they are depleted. Going over to the right, as stated before, dendritic cells are affected, and due to their inability to present their NMHC complexes, they are not able to elicit a effective immune response, and as a result, the entirety of the immune system is useless by the end of this infection. The additional components in the pathogenesis involve coagulation. So the coagulation pathway in the human body is responsible for clotting factors and stuff like that, and cutting off hemorrhages. These are modified significantly in an Ebola infection, primarily the other thing, as stated previously, due to the cytokine response, there is a very large increase in vascular permeability. This not only contributes to the ability for the Ebola virus to spread farther, but in addition, it also weakens the vascular walls when constantly stimulated, leading to hemorrhaging and the bleeding out. The term cytokine storm is used sometimes to describe what Ebola does to when modulating the innate immune system. The extremely large amount of cytokines and chemokines that are being produced by these infected and in turn overstimulated macrophages and other immune cells causes an amazingly large inflammatory response that affects many different tissues, causes different necrosis of, for instance, of joints, because tumor necrosis factor is upregulated, for instance. The major damage, mainly done in the replicative phase, involves organ cell necrosis. Primary organs that are affected are liver, spleen, kidneys, and gonads. These are all the cells within these organs are destroyed primarily just due to viral infection, and as a result of their reproductive cycle cause generalized cell lysis. And finally, the endothelial damage as a result of this replication, as well as the cytokine response, causes lysis of the endothelial cells, thereby reducing the integrity of the blood vessels and eventually leading to hemorrhage. In the late stage, the hemorrhagic pathogenesis sort of takes over, so it's just the presentation of a more generalized hemorrhaging throughout the body. So the cytotoxic effect of the viral envelope glycoprotein has recently come to light as actually directly interacting with the endothelial cells, causing a decrease in cellular adhesion of those endothelial cells, causing cell rounding. As a result, there are micro holes that are sort of punched in due to the absence of these cells, increasing vascular permeability and promoting the overall weakness of the blood vessel, eventually leading to hemorrhage. In addition, it's also been presented that the destruction of the adrenal gland in late-stage Ebola viral infections has been associated with a loss of blood pressure control. This further contributes to the hemorrhagic state by either most likely increasing the blood pressure and further taxing the already damaged endothelial cells of the vessels will cause massive hemorrhaging within the body. And in addition, with all this hemorrhaging, you're either going to bleed out or possibly go into septic shock, as the GI tract is also affected by these as well. So you could actually have hemorrhages from the colon, and therefore get septic shock and septicemia, and it's terrible. This presentation was created by Robert Sand, Andrew White, and Matthew Williamson. The works cited are listed as below.